But it's time for our next speaker now. She's called Elnaz Babayeva, and she's a beautiful human being, absolutely awesome. She's all about women in STEM. We love to hear it. Her presentation is called The Power of AI. AI is an increasingly mighty tool. What are the consequences, and how do we empower the good side? It's easy to get scared about all the bad stuff, but there's plenty of good stuff to focus on as well. Ex-Avast senior machine learning researcher specializing in computer vision and security, this is Elnaz Babayeva with The Power of AI. Standing ovation.
Thank you, Tilly, for introduction, and thank you all for being here. So, my name is Elnaz Babayeva, and I'm senior machine learning, but probably you know machine learning as the name AI, researcher, and for the past 5-6 years, I'm specializing in security. And since Hani talked a lot about deepfakes and role of AI in social media, I decided to talk about what is AI. Like we know all of it is a black box, but we don't know what is it inside. Does somebody like have, I know that there are some students in university who probably already know what is AI, but you high schoolers, most of you, do you have an idea what is AI? Raise your hands if you do. Okay, that's better than I expected, so thank you all that you do know it. Because when I ask my parents, I think when I told my parents that I work in AI, they imagine something like that, and that it's all going to kill us. But my sisters who are studying in computer science and do programming, they have a bit different perspective on what is AI and how it works. But in reality, when we talk about AI, in most of the cases, we are talking about machine learning system. The goal of machine learning is to teach algorithms to improve themselves through the data and through some different methods. And because algorithms need to have a lot of data and need to have a lot of time to improve during the training in order to learn some patterns and learn to make some predictions during the testing. So Hani already mentioned neural networks, deep neural networks. That's most of our AI systems are running it. And you can imagine that I'm going to train a deep neural network system with a lot of images of cats and dogs. That's actually AI-generated image of my cat, but in a way of a picture, not a photo. So I'm going to just show during the training phase, I'm going to show thousands of pictures of cats and dogs. And during the testing, I'm going to just take a random image and say, tell me if it's a cat or a dog. And I expect the system are going to give me some predictions and probability, whatever is a cat. But the problem is, if I'm going to show you a picture of dolphin to the system, it's going to tell me, nah, it's a cat or a dog, because in its reality, only cats and dogs exist. The similar stuff is going on. You probably all know and did your homework with ChatGPT. The similar stuff is going with ChatGPT. What ChatGPT does, it's predicting the next word, the next most probable word from the dictionary. So ChatGPT was trained on the whole internet, and it has most of the words, and it just continues the sentence based on the context. So London is the capital of, most probably it's going to answer Great Britain, because it's seen a lot of samples with these two words in the sentence. But do you know, that's all fun, but do you know how often AI helps your daily tasks? What do you think? How many? So you have your phones, you have your applications. What is percentage of them already used use AI? Less than 25%? From 25 to 50? From 50 to 75? You're right. What I did for this conference, I took my phone. I have 105 applications. To tell the truth, I don't know why I have so many of them. And more than 80% already use some AI system-based stuff. You probably guess that most of the systems are some social media applications, some recommendation systems like Netflix or Google, shopping carts, navigation. Yes, it's all right. Yes, we all use them. And we all know that AI is used there. But Do you think that AI goes beyond entertaining and recommending? That it's really used in different domains already? And yes, indeed it does. I can say that because I'm AI security researcher, you can guess that I use AI in security. But let's start from the first important one. It's healthcare. We're going to listen to more talks about healthcare later during the day. And I believe that if we are going to be advancing AI in healthcare, all other domains are going to join, and we are going to be successful in all of them. So AI is already used in medical images like X-ray, CT scan, analyzing them and detecting the fractures, abnormalities, and tumors. In Nature, in a research done by Nature in 2020, AI system already outperformed human radiologists in detecting breast cancers. It's already cool. We are already there. AI also has a potential to be used in drug discovery because AI could analyze vast majority of data sets and get a best candidate, which researchers should research further. And drug discovery usually takes up to 15 years, which is a long time. And researchers believe that with AI, it could be improved twice. So I just want to also mention that whatever we do, we're not going to get rid of best surgeons or other medical people. The problem is that we are going to help them to have a better care, have a better predictions, have a better accuracy, and give them more time to take care of us as patients. Other system is financing. So probably, I guess some of you are going to continue in some finance and banking, not only technology. That's also cool. We need to be safer there, and AI is already playing a big role there. There is millions of online transactions daily, not daily, even hourly, and AI system is already detecting fraudulent activities in real time. Also, AI is used to analyze creditworthiness of loan applicants, because AI systems are able to analyze a lot of data, much more than human people can do, and also include different types of data, not usual human analyst data sources. And based on that, it could make much better predictions if a person should get a loan or not. In engineering, it's a bit slower, but step and step, we are getting there. So in engineering, AI is used to analyze better complex systems, which reduces costs and materials. And Airbus designed a part for aircraft, which is 45% lighter, and also it leads to fuel savage and decreases of CO2 emissions by 166 tons per year per aircraft. AI is also used in quality control systems. There is research done by McKinsey showing that AI systems which are analyzing defects and some, by the voice, by the different pipelines in the processes, could improve by 90% the defect rate detection. So in engineering, it's a bit slower, but it's still working on. And probably you all know about creative arts. Hani already told about generative arts, and maybe I'm going to repeat. So you don't need to be a poet now to write a poem. You just can ask ChatGPT. And I think it's a pretty good, it could be a good poem for Futureport, and I'm going to read it. At Futureport Youth, the future is in sight. Tech innovation, ideas take flight. Young minds exploring creativity is key. In this tech conference, where tomorrow we see a world of possibilities, where your dreams set free. I think I couldn't do better if I would be given task to write a poem about Futureport Youth. Also, in realm of content creation, I think you probably all know StableX, diffusions, DALL-E. So here, for example, how StableX imagine Prague as the main port of the future with flying cars and drones in cyberpunk style. I really like how it took the National Theatre and connected it with our highway and did one thing. I hope it does look like that in our cyberpunk style. But also changed a bit music industry. So Beatles, I think last week, they published their new song. And the problem was that John Lennon recorded his audio in 70s. He wrote a song, he accompanied himself in a piano, and they did have a recording. But the recording was not really good, it was noisy, and sometimes the piano was louder than John Lennon. So let's hear it out.
Oh, it's true. It's all because of you. And if I make it.
So you can hear it's a bit noisy, it's a bit cracking. But last year, AI was able to just separate the John Lennon's voice and the piano, and they reuse the separation of his voice and recorded a song with all the Beatles playing together. So let's hear it without the piano and with the help of AI what came to the life.
I know it's true. It's all because of you. And if I may.
It is much cleaner. Like when I was comparing to them, this is much cleaner. And I believe that in the music industry, this is going to open port to much more experimentation, much more mashups in the future. So what I want to say is that, yes, AI is used for entertainment, AI is used for recommendation, but now AI is used across multiple domains. When Jessica asked, what was your dream? And I'm thinking about my dream. I'm not so much older than you are. And my dream was to save the world. And AI helped me to do so, because since I work in security, I saved hundreds of thousands of people daily from bot attacks, from phishing attacks, from malvertising. And AI gave me a possibility to make that true. I'm a small girl from Kazakhstan. I never dreamed that I can save all my city from the bot attacks. Now I do it in my daily job. But imagine that AI is going to go to any career you choose. AI is going to be part of that. And it's going to be as a tool which is never tired, which knows the best what you want. So it is a powerful tool, which is going to already used and is going to be used more and more across domains. And as Uncle Ben said, with a great power comes a great responsibility. But who is responsible? People who create AI algorithms, so should we blame OpenAI? People who collect the data, since AI algorithms are really dependent on the data. People who use AI in the products, or we as end users who are using these products. And most important question, responsible for what? I would like to show you 3 main challenges which we have in AI, and they're not quite right yet. First of all, that AI is supposed to be safe. Remember I told you about healthcare and drug discoveries, that it could be twice faster and really cost efficient? So there was a research done where researchers tried to train AI model which is going to predict less toxic compound. They've done it, it worked, but they were like, hey, let's do opposite. Let's train the model which is going to predict the most toxic compound. Within 6 hours, the model predicted 40,000 molecules with the toxic compounds. And I don't remember how much, but there were a couple of molecules which were used in a warfare. And it's pretty scary. AI is supposed to be fair. Since AI is mirror of the data which it learned, and now all the data is scraped from the internet, and we know that sometimes the internet is biased, we know that it could be cruel, so we believe that it's also our models are taking it as mirroring this effect to them and learned it. So coming back to our loan applications, I asked ChatGPT to write me a small function which is based on person's information on education, number of kids, and race, are going to tell me if the loan approved or not. So it told me If you have a bachelor degree, number of kids less than 2, and you're Caucasian, your loan is approved. Otherwise, it's not. Why did I ask to write a function? Because when I tell him, tell me, based on this information, if the person is going to get a loan, it tells me, no, I'm an AI model, it's not ethical, I'm not going to tell you. As soon as you hack it a bit, it's just like, yeah, it gives you all the biases which we have in our data. It just gives you in plain text. AI is supposed to be explainable. So imagine you fail a test, you fail your exam, and then you come to your decision maker, in your case, your teacher, and ask them, hey, what should I do? Where was my mistake? What should I improve? You expect that you're going to receive some explanations. What did you do wrong? But any decision-making processes system should be transferable and should be rational about it. The problem with AI is that currently our deep neural networks are so big. The biggest one is Palm. It has 440 billion parameters. And ChatGPT 4, there are rumors that it has even more. And you can imagine these deep neural networks as a mathematical equation with 440 billion of unknowns. So when you give me some input, it goes through this mathematical equation and gives me some output. And then you come to me and say, hey, why my loan was not approved? Hey, why do you think I have a tumor there? It's really hard to explain why the system gives that answer. So this is the three things which are not quite working in AI yet. But since your generation better than ours, you can change it, and we all can change it. And what can we do? So here's my 5 tips for you for the responsible use of AI. First, apply critical thinking. I think we're going to all repeat itself, but in a era of AI, it's really easy to trust AI and be led by that. Be led by the recommendation system, be led by the social media. Don't use AI as the main leader. Use AI as your decision-maker supporter. So first, make your hypothesis, and then use AI to support or deny it. Second is, always verify the results. So sometimes when you use your ChatGPT and do your homework, it's going to lie. And it's going to lie quite more often than you think. So always when you use an AI system, especially if you're going to work in critical infrastructure as healthcare, government, always verify the results. Always make sure that the results which you're getting are making sense. Second one is go out of your bubble. So AI is now currently really tight with social media. And during social media, it's really easy to go into echo chambers. Echo chambers is a process when AI algorithms give you only the information which you believe in. So you're only going to get information and beliefs which are supporting you. And we need to break out of that, because we have to actively search for the information. We have to actively look for different opinions. Because I don't believe that we're going to be, like, the world is going to go nuked or we're going to die because of the virus. I think that our main problem is going to be collaboration and communication. We have to be able to go on the table with all the different opinions, get together, and come to the better solution. By getting out of your bubble, you're bringing more ideas, more opinions into your decision-making, and it's always better to be diverse and inclusive. Fourth one is understand how the AI system works. You never need to go in details. You just need to know the overview, capabilities, and limitations of the systems. There is a really nice movie in Netflix. It's called Social Dilemma, and it actually explains how your social networks work. And the last one is a bit, let's say, not applicable in every domain, but push for data privacy and ethics. Since AI algorithms, I really need data to be better, to be accurate. Some companies don't look what kind of data they use. They don't care. So whatever data they have, they're going to use even though it's not ethical. The same as decisions. Sometimes the decisions are not applied ethically. You cannot, I believe, tell the truth that to decide if a person gets a loan or not only based on your system is wrong. We should be better than this. So this is a bit, it's more work for you to go to check the information, to verify the results, to go out of your bubble. It is more work, but it's going to build a better place for all of us and for the generation after you to live in this world. So Stephen Hawking once said that the rise of AI will be either the best or the worst things that ever happened to humanity. We don't know yet which one. Let's all of us make it the best thing happen to the humanity, and let's use AI not only to be entertained and watch cats video, but also to tackle stuff like poverty, climate change, lack of education. Thank you for all. My name is Elnaz Babayeva, and this was my talk about the power of AI.